understand, okay, if you do not understand anything or something, that is part 1, Roman 1, if you see, the Indian national movement, 1857 to 1917. Right, I remember my last class. I still remember my last class. Actually, there was shortage of time, and so randomly I had ended the class. So we had actually covered the 5 chapters. If I say the Muslim League, I could not cover much, but if we see the reduced syllabus, the last chapter of this part, okay, the Muslim League, only a part has been added, okay. We don't need to study the whole chapter. A very small content is only for you to study, okay, for this year. A very short part which is there from Muslim League which you need to study, right? That is, if I tell you, wait, that is objectives of the Muslim League, right? That's all you need to study. Otherwise, I will discuss. I'm just waiting for people to join in, right? I'm just waiting for them. I will go on discussing. Don't worry, okay? Then, next, mass space. This is for your second term. I will try to finish off as much as possible. Next, you have contemporary world. This is what I think last which I had sent you. I think it was a presentation, or I think so from YouTube. I had downloaded and I had sent you content, right? It is from Mr. Sudhir, who actually provides the study material, right? So from that, I had provided you about the First World War, the causes. The First World War, the causes which I had provided you to go through, actually to hear what he is actually explaining about the causes of First World War, right? And then I had not done anything from this contemporary world, right? Now next, you have your section B, that is civics. Section B, you have your civics. Someone has, yes, I'll rather mute everyone, right? So again, I'm repeating, any question, any query, right? Whatever you want to ask, you have the option of raising your hand, right? Please raise your hand if things are not clear, or if I am moving fast also, right? So please raise your hand. I will slow down. Is it clear? And I have no option. You can ask, yes, sir. You can keep on asking. Have your civics, right? I had done 3 chapters, right? Or if I say it has been divided into 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. So I had discussed the first part, the Union Parliament, right? I had discussed the first chapter, the Union Parliament. Then the second chapter, I had discussed the Union Executive. The Union Executive. I think this much I had done. That is chapter 2 and 3, which was covering the first term, if I say the syllabus, the first term syllabus. To some extent, I had tried to cover. Civics, I think I had covered first term syllabus. So things are still not normal. We don't know anything. Yes, waiting for, I'll try to take the assessment of every child, right? So I'll go on now. I waited for 10 minutes for people to join in the class, right? So now I continue. So starting from the Indian national movement, I will discuss the syllabus, okay, of section A, first part, first 5 chapters, okay. So I think per class I will discuss, okay, per class I will discuss, and I want some, from you ideas that how can we discuss the questions, or how you can help me out to cut down the questions, because if I discuss with you regarding the questions, it will consume a lot of time. So I think any one of you can raise your hand and help me out. How can we discuss the questions, or those questions which we need to omit? Will I send you the pictures or click the pictures? Right? Should I click the pictures of the question page which you need to cut from your own book, or should I discuss?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Take photo.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am, you can click the photo.
Okay, I will click the photo. I will just cut down those questions. I will just put a cross, okay? Beside the question, I will put a cross beside the question and you can omit those questions. Is it okay with everyone? Right?
Yes,
so
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
it will take time gradually, like first
Yes,
chapter.
ma'am.
Every day I will send one chapter, okay? Where you can just simply cut those questions.
Okay, ma'am.
You need to prepare, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Like everyone has got this,
Okay,
right?
ma'am.
So it will be easy. So every day I will
Yes,
send
ma'am.
one chapter so that you have so many chapters to study, so many, if I say, subjects to prepare. So for history, one chapter in a day I will send, right? So maybe one chapter or two chapters according to the course which we need to cover. Yeah. So here I start discussing with the first five chapters of your Indian National Movement 1857. I will discuss the syllabus. Okay, I will discuss the syllabus. Repeating, you have your. If you see your. Okay, I'm just putting my this one. Okay, I think yes. Tell me. Yes.
Last time you did not have any.
Yes, pardon. Yes.
Ma'am, do you have the new book for history civics with?
Yeah, I got one. I got one new book. Yeah, I got one new book for myself. Okay. Yes. Okay. It's better. Is it okay with you, or you want my video to be on? It's okay.
It's okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then look at the syllabus. Look at the syllabus, page 9. Look at the syllabus. Okay, I'm just putting the video on. Look at the syllabus. If you see the syllabus, page 9. Page 9, right? The Indian National Movement. If you see 1857 to 1917, right? Look at the causes. If you see the causes, right? You will only study the causes from this chapter. Now, something I want to tell you, this time for this year examination, this chapter was covered. This chapter was covered. So I will not put much of pressure on this chapter for you to prepare. Okay? Because from this chapter, question had come this year. 10 marks question had been covered. Okay? So I will not emphasize much on this chapter, but yes, you can go through it. You can prepare yourself for the examination, right? Now here, if you see, I think most of you must have taken out the printout or the details, right? So now here, wait. I have my, let me go through the file which I have downloaded. Now if you see here, only causes have been mentioned, right? If you have downloaded or if you have marked, right? Only causes, you will study political, socio-religious, right? So socio-religious, then economic and military, right? This was mentioned. If you had downloaded the, if I say the material of the syllabus, so you have socio-religious, economic and military. This will be tested, okay? This is going to be tested for the examination, right? Now, next, if you see, you have consequences mentioned.
Ma'am, what about the consequences?
No, you will not study consequences, okay? You will not study consequences.
And ma'am, the main events?
Events are actually only to understand, okay? Events are only to understand, not
And
for the
ma'am, what
examination.
about, ma'am, any other reduction in the syllabus? Can you please tell
I'm
us?
going chapter wise, okay? I'm going chapter wise. So chapter wise, I'm telling you, I'm discussing. Okay, for a day, I will discuss at least 5 chapters. If we can cover up, right? And then, okay. So you have only causes to study. You will cancel consequences. So consequences, if I say, right? Consequences, if I say, it is in page. That is page 18, right? Page 18. You're going to cancel the consequences. I think I have taught you the consequences, right? I have taught you the consequences. So you're going to cut down the consequences, okay? It will not be covered, right? So you're going to cancel the consequences. Then
what about immediate causes?
Immediate cause we will go through. Immediate cause, it is very important. We will go through the immediate cause. Okay, that is introduction of infant rifle. It is very important. Though question had come this year, so it is losing. This chapter is losing out its relevance this year for this year's for this batch. Yes, the next coming batch. But yes, if I say in general, immediate causes are important. So we will go through all the causes. Okay, please do not omit the causes.
Ma'am, is there any reduction in the second chapter, growth of nationalism?
Yes, I'm going through the second chapter. Now, next, it's asking me about the drawbacks. Okay, drawbacks. We will just drawback is not mentioned.
Ma'am, consequences are removed from the first chapter, na?
Yes, consequences. Please consequences काट दो. ठीक है? Please.
Ma'am, drawbacks you have to study.
Drawbacks. You can just go through it. Okay, you can go through it. Go through it. So, okay, go through it. Events are not a part of the syllabus of the course. It is just for the understanding mentioned. Okay? Events, someone is asking me, events is only for your understanding, right? Events in general कभी नहीं आता है एग्जाम में, कभी नहीं आता. From very first day ICSE में कभी events नहीं पूछा जाता है. Only causes are very important. ठीक है? Clear हो गया सबको? Will I move to second?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes. Ask me. Okay. Now, next, moving to chapter 2. Okay? Chapters leading. Or if I say chapter 2, that is, here most of the things have been reduced. From this chapter, second chapter, I think we did a lot of hard work. How far? It was from my side only. Most of you don't join in the classes. Only few who are very genuine who join in the classes. So, here, if you see the syllabus, right? If you see the syllabus, if I say factors leading to the growth of nationalism, okay, factors leading to the growth of nationalism, you will omit economic exploitation, repressive colonial policies, okay? It is not there in the course. It is not there in the course, okay? Economic exploitation.
Ma'am, the other two factors are there.
Yes, two factors I'm telling you that. Economic exploitation, you will cut economic exploitation, repressive colonial policies. ये दो पॉइंट प्लीज काट दो, ठीक है? इसको काटो. उसके बाद में फिर हम लोग आते हैं. We will go through. Okay, for your exam, you have your socio-religious reform movement. You have your socio-religious reform movement, right? So now fact, socio-religious reform movement में अगर चैप्टर वाइज पेज नंबर वाइज अगर देखोगे तो इकोनॉमिक एक्सप्लॉयटेशन जो कि पेज 24 में है which is in page 24, you're going to cut this page, okay? Economic exploitation, from this page you're going to cut economic exploitation. Then second point which is mentioned in 25, repressive colonial policies. Repressive colonial policies, you're going to cut the second point also, repressive colonial policies. Did you cut this? Page 25. Now next. Right?
Ma'am, we have to cut only page number 25 or 24 also.
Page 24 also. Page 24 also. Page 24 also में economic exploitation. Introduction जो है वो तो करेंगे एक बार एक reading. हाँ.
Ma'am, we have to do the definition of nationalism and other things. We
Yes,
have to do that.
Yes. Introduction part you cannot omit. Okay, because it is giving you the introduction, right?
Okay.
It is giving you introduction, but you will, because economic exploitation, it is actually, if I say, being covered in the first chapter under causes. Okay? To some extent, if you go through it, I think most of you must have gone through, because that time
Yes,
syllabus
ma'am.
was
Today
yes. So if you go through it, you will understand that to some extent, causes of your first chapter have been written down here under economic exploitation. Now next you have repressive colonial policies. You will cut down repressive colonial policies, right? You're going to cut down repressive colonial policies. There are many. I don't know why this has been cut down, but I find it very important for children to understand. Otherwise, they will not be able to understand the further repression done on the people of India. But yes, we are going to cut this portion. we will do point number 3. We're going to do point number 3. If you see, social religious reform movement. We are going to do social religious reform movement. Did you get me, everyone? Right? So
Yes, ma'am.
here you're going to cover Raja Ram Mohan Roy, right? Here you're going to cover Raja Ram Mohan Roy and Jyotiba Phule. So you can, I think it's all very clearly mentioned. So we are going to cover half of page 26 and the whole of page 27, right? Page 27.
Ma'am,
Then
Jyotiba
page,
Phule will be included.
yes, Jyotiba Phule will be included, right? Jyotiba Phule is there. And role of the press. You have role of the press. So role of the press. So point number 4. So if you see, you have to cover point number 3. You need to cover point number 3.
Sorry.
Point number 3. If someone's video is on, so point number 3 and point number 4. Point number 4. That is page 28. Page 28. Is it clear? So this is what we are going to do. So you have everything to prepare, right? Chapter 3, you have everything to prepare, right? So nothing has been omitted. Get yourself.
Okay, ma'am.
Chapter 3, already I said everything is there. Everything, okay? Nothing has been reduced from chapter 3. Nothing has been reduced from chapter 3, right? So I think you need to cover all the questions from this chapter, right? Everything from this chapter. Now, next you have chapter 4. Again, nothing has been reduced from this chapter, okay? Nothing has been reduced from chapter 4, right? So you're going to study everything. You're going to study everything from this chapter, okay? That is second phase of the Indian national movement. Clear? Next, I come to, that is, I think here we had covered, right? This chapter was covered last class, and we're going to study only objectives. You're going to study only objectives. So I'm telling you the page. Objectives, page 62. Page 62. Page 62. Aims and objectives of Muslim League. Aims and objectives of the Muslim League. Okay. Someone is there asking. Okay. Who is this, Saurabh?
Ma'am, we have to combine the history with civil subjects to be together or different.
Okay, I will come to the point. Okay, I understood. Questions from this chapter. Right?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, the project of history and civics we have to make separately or together?
Actually, it is separate. Okay, it is actually separate, but waiting how circumstances are there. Otherwise, I will ask you to, file it together. If not, if things are normal, if we are back to school, then I will collect 2 files. Usually, in a year, you submit 2 files, right? So in a year, you submit 2 files. So one is history file and one is civic file. If things are not normal, right? The
Ma'am, I'm
situation.
done with history, so I can make civics and combine it with history, or I have to make it separate.
That information I will provide you. Okay? How if files will be collected. Yes, if we are collecting at once, so I will ask you to, bring civics and history together, right? You can file it together. Otherwise, if we are able to collect the files separately, I will collect the files separately. If not, you can file it together. Okay? History and civics. Don't worry. You make 2 files, one of history, one of civics. But yes, if things are not normal, right? You will file it, and then according to whatever information comes from school, the way files will be submitted. Right? Did you understand? Fine. So, aims and objectives of the Muslim League. Here, you will only study objectives of the Muslim League, page 62. Page 62. Okay? So, page 362 only objectives. So if I say, or you must be thinking questions, right? What happens? Usually questions are combined. So two chapters, maybe there are two questions. If I say structured, there are three questions. Okay. So 3 plus 4 in that manner. So maybe 3 marks question from the second chapter, then 3 marks question from the fourth chapter, and maybe one question can be covered from Muslim League. So maybe 4 marks asking objectives. So please prepare objectives from Muslim League, nothing else, only objectives. So nothing to worry, not much to study from this chapter. You have only objectives to study. I think everyone is clear about it. Okay, one hand. Yes, Sis Kajal, mute yourself. Unmute yourself, Kajal. Just pick up, okay? Because
Yes,
I
ma'am.
discussed
Yes, ma'am.
with everyone. First chapter, you're going to only prepare causes, okay? First chapter, you're going to prepare only causes, including immediate causes. Clear? Rest of it will not be done. You can have a reading of the drawbacks. Okay, you can just read drawbacks of 1857 revolt. Okay, so you're going to study only causes. That's all. No events, no consequences. Right? Now next, second chapter, you are going to omit. Right? Second chapter, yes, those who joined in late again. So economic exploitation and repressive colonial policies. You're going to omit that, right? That is page 24 and page 25, right? That's what you're going to omit. Is it clear? Rest of from this chapter you have to study. Rest of the things you have to study. In chapter 3, everything to prepare. Chapter 3, everything to prepare. Chapter 4, everything to prepare. Chapter 5, only objectives of Muslim League. Now, is it clear, Shreya? Yes, Shreya?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So I think it's quite clear to everybody, right? I had covered this much till my last class which I had conducted. Now, I will just go through civics first 3 chapters, okay? Whatever I discussed, okay? First 3 chapters, whatever I discussed earlier, okay? I will discuss today the syllabus, first 3 chapters, union legislature. You have union legislature, right? Now, here some portion have been omitted. You will go through Lok Sabha, everything. Lok Sabha, you see the syllabus, page 161. Page 161. Yes, if you see Roman 1, which is there, okay, small Roman 1, Lok Sabha, you are going to prepare everything till no confidence motion. So you can underline or mark whatever way you are marking, right? Speaker, you're going to do only election. Okay, so only election. We had discussed. So I'm not going to discuss again and again, right? Speaker, we are going to do, or yes, you are going to prepare only elections. Functions have been cancelled. Functions have been cancelled. So we're not going to study the functions of the speaker, only election of the speaker. Clear? Rajya Sabha, everything you will prepare, right? So Rajya Sabha, you are going to prepare everything, right? Nothing has been reduced from Rajya Sabha. Next, you have, that is from below, powers and functions of Union Parliament. The powers and functions of Union Parliament. Please follow the syllabus which is there in your lesson. Every lesson has a syllabus. Yes, those who are still finding difficulty in finding out from where ma'am is speaking, please look at the syllabus which is there in the first page of every chapter, right? So here you have powers and functions of Union Parliament. You will only study control over executive. You will only study control over executive. You will not study legislative, financial, judicial, electoral amendment of the constitution. You will not study. You will only study control over executive and exclusive powers, right, of the two houses, right? Exclusive powers of two houses. So this is a very short, if I say small portion which has been reduced from your course, that is legislative. So if I tell you the page number, if you want to ask, page 167, page 167, role and function of the speaker. Role and function of the speaker, page 167. This you will not prepare for the exam. Okay? This has been cancelled. This has been cancelled, right? So this you will not go through the functions of the speaker which has been cancelled. Rajya Sabha, you have everything to prepare. Now you come to page 169, powers and functions of the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. You will cut down legislative powers. You will cut down legislative powers. Page 169. You will omit financial powers, judicial powers, electoral functions, and amendment of the constitution. Amendment of the constitution. You will only study. You will only study control over the executive. You will only study control over the executive. I think it is clear now. That is page 171. 171. Okay, control over executive. This you are going to prepare for your examination. And then next page 172 and 173. Yes, you will study this. That is exclusive power of the Rajya Sabha and exclusive powers of the Lok Sabha. Right? Now, since I was not having the new engine, Article 370 and 355A, why? Yes, you can go through. That is abrogation and revoke of the article, right? I think all of us know about this article. So you can go through it. So please, I think it's quite clear. It's quite clear. Okay, someone is asking. Yes, or you want a you have a question?
Ma'am, it told us that the length of project should be 18 to 20 pages. So it should be separately 18 to 20 pages for history, and then for civics, or together it should be 18 to 20 pages.
Okay, sorry. See, many have prepared the project. Think so? Many have prepared the project. I have no issue. How many pages? Okay, things are not going normal. Right? I have no issue with the pages. Whatever you have done, whatever you have prepared, no problem. Okay, don't worry about the pages. Okay, if you have done 10 pages also, that's also okay. Don't exceed too many pages. Okay, 10 maximum you keep it 12. Right? Don't exceed too much if you have not prepared. Right? Don't exceed. Right? It will become. See, if I will combine both the topics, if I say history and civics together, so it's going to be a very big, if I say project. So big fat project, if I say. So don't lengthen it too much. Okay, you can keep it to 10 or maximum if you want. Go to 15, not more than that. Is it clear? Yes. One more child. Who is this? Yes, this is in my. Yes.
Ma'am, relationship between the two houses of the parliament and differences, we have to do that?
Pardon, repeat your question.
Ma'am, we have to do the relationship between the two houses of the parliament and the differences.
Relation between. See, relation, what has been here? Relation, if you say, yes, you have to go through the relation because it is telling us the differences to some extent. The differences between the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Since it is not mentioned, if you see the syllabus which has been uploaded by the council, right? This portion is not mentioned.
Yes.
It is not mentioned. I have gone through it. I still have it in front of me, right? So it is not mentioned. So it's better you go through it, okay, to be in the safer side, right? I know this chapter is actually this first chapter of civics is very important. Very important. If I say you should not leave out and already I have repeated many times, you should be prepared for 13 marks question, 13 to 14 marks questions from this chapter. Okay, sure, 10 marks question will be covered and 3 to 4 marks question short will be covered from this chapter. Is it clear? So you should be mentally prepared,
Yes.
right? So you cannot omit or take any kind of, if I say dangerous, decision for yourself. Next, I come to, yes, Arsh is there. Okay, no one to ask any question now. I come to next, yes, Muhammad Arsh. Yes, Arsh.
Ma'am, this Article 370 will come in the course.
No, it's just for your information. Okay, it's just for your information, but I think everybody knows about this article.
Yes, sir.
Right? So it's just for the information. You can go through it. Okay? Okay. So yes. Anything else, Arsh, you want to ask? So you're back now. Now, second chapter of your president and vice president. I think vice president has been cut off. Okay, president, you have to study everything. That is 2 dots which you have in your syllabus, page 179. So you're going to study president everything. Under president, everything. Vice president, nothing to prepare from vice president. So the questions which are being covered from vice president, you're not going to prepare, right? You're going to only prepare qualification for election, composition, that is president, okay? Composition of electoral college, reason for indirect election, term of office, procedure for impeachment. Then you have powers of the president, executive, legislative, financial. So this is what you're going to study, okay? That is judicial, discretionary, and emergency. So this is what you are going to prepare. Vice President, nothing to study, okay? Now, next, third chapter. I come to the third chapter. Here, there are certain things which have been reduced. Third chapter, page 191. Page 191. Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. You have appointments, formation, you have appointment, you have appointment, formation of Council of Ministers, and then you have tenure. You have tenure, okay? So functions have been reduced, okay? Functions, we are going to cancel. Function, we're going to cancel, that is policy making, administrative, legislative, and financial. This you are going to cut. So functions you are not going to study. That is policy making, administrative, legislative, and financial. Okay, this you are going to reduce. Next, you will study rest of the things you are supposed to prepare. That is position and powers of the Prime Minister, collective and individual responsibility of the members of the cabinet, distinction between Council of Ministers and cabinet. Okay, rest of the things you have to prepare, right? So I think it's quite clear. Yes, someone again. Yes, Parth.
Ma'am, can you repeat what is omitted in chapter 3? Ma'am, my net is not working properly.
Okay, Parth, I'm repeating. Yes, let me ask Himanshi. She has a question. Yes, Himanshi. Yes, Himanshi. Manshi, tell me. Manshi, no question to ask? Okay. So she's not asking, she's not speaking also. So okay, Kritin. Yes, Kritin.
What about the emergency functions?
Emergency functions, it has been cut off. Okay? It have yes, it's not there. It is not there. See, I'm just reading out from the syllabus which has been sent by the council. Okay? You just match it with your syllabus which is there in your lesson. Appointment, formation of council of ministers, tenure. This is what you are going to prepare. Okay? Functions you are going to cancel, that is policy making, administrative, legislative, financial, emergency. You're going to cancel. Right? You are going to study position and powers of the Prime Minister, collective and individual responsibility of the members of the cabinet, distinction between the Council of Ministers and the cabinet. Right? I think you got the question which I told you to reduce. You're going to cancel functions, all the functions which are there. Okay? All the functions which are there, you are going to cancel. So functions you are going to cancel. So that is in page 193. Page 193. You're going to cancel all the functions which are there. Right? Clear? So all the functions you're going to cancel. Yes, page 193, 194, up to page 195, emergency powers. Still emergency powers you're going to cancel. Right? You're going to study rest of it. That is position and powers of the Prime Minister. Right? Carrying over to page 196, everything. Page 197, everything. And you're also going to study this distinction. Page 194, if page 194, you see a box, distinction between Council of Ministers and the Cabinet. Distinction between Council of Ministers and the Cabinet. You see the box? You're going to go through this. Okay? It's very important. Please don't omit this. Yes. Yes, Dhruv? Tell me.
And please repeat about the third chapter. What is it?
Third chapter again. This is the second time I repeated. Third time you're asking me to repeat. इसमें देखो, I'm just telling you if you're finding difficulty in understanding. See, page, मैं page wise बोल रही हूँ, ठीक है? Page 195, page 195 देखा है? खोलो. वहाँ पे powers and functions of the cabinet लिखा है. Heading. You will cancel administrative powers. ये पढ़ना नहीं है, ठीक है? Manu, I'm coming to you, okay? I'm just, you have raised your hand. Then legislative powers, इसको भी काटो. Next page पे है 194 में legislative powers जो सब heading है, उसको काटो. Then you have financial powers. Please cut that also. And then you will cut page 195. Can you see the subheading emergency powers? You will cut this also. इसको भी काटो. बाकी सब पढ़ना है, ठीक है? So more or less important parts have been reduced, right? So ये अब आया समझ में, right? So I have covered this. So 3 chapters I had, till 3 chapters of civics I had done. But I think today, if you go next page 200, Supreme Court and High Court also, I think I can discuss. Supreme Court and High Court. If you see the syllabus, you will study composition. Okay, who is this raising a hand? Yes, this Abbas. The name which is
Ma'am, what are the chapters for the test?
I'm still waiting for the method or the way I can conduct the test for you.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, on Teach Next, other teachers are going to conduct the test.
Yes, I know. teach next, but we are waiting for teach next to operate, no?
So ma'am, you can tell the chapter so we can prepare it by that
Okay.
date.
You want to prepare, so I will, if it's better you prepare first 3 chapters of history. First three,
Okay ma'am,
okay?
thanks.
First 3 chapters,
Okay.
you can prepare yourself with the first 3 chapters of history, right? So for the test, or if it, I'll say, if it is a 10 marks test, so I'll just take 2 chapters, okay? So maybe first 2 chapters, so that way. So to 2 chapters, the way things will happen, I will let you know. Wait,
Okay ma'am, thank you.
oh, fine. So Supreme Court, you will go through Supreme Court. I'm repeating page 200, composition, qualifications of judges, appointment. These 3 topics, you will cut down independence of judiciary. See the syllabus. Independence of judiciary, you will cut. Independence of judiciary from the control of executive and legislature. You are going to cut this, okay? You're going to cut this. Rest of it is going to be covered. That is jurisdiction and functions. Original, appellate, advisory, revisory, judicial review, and court of record. Enforcement of fundamental rights and writs. So what is actually being cancelled? Again repeating, if you see page number wise, page 201, page 201, you're going to cancel independence of judiciary from the control of executive and legislature. Did you get that heading, everyone? Right? So you're going to cancel this, okay? So this whole portion, from page 201 to page 202, till point number 9. Till point number 9, that is prohibition of practice after retirement. Is it clear? So till here you are going to cancel. So rest of it is there in the course, okay? So only this much has been reduced. Next, I come to High Court. High Court. High Court, if you see, you're going to study only composition. High Court, page 210, composition, qualifications of judges, and appointment. Composition, qualifications of judges, and appointment. Rest of it you are going to cancel. That is jurisdiction and functions. That is original, appellate, revisory, judicial review, court of record, enforcement of fundamental rights and writs. This you are going to cancel. So this you are going to cancel. If I say page wise, you will cancel page 211 starting from powers and jurisdiction of High Court. So original jurisdiction, next page, appellate jurisdiction, page 212, right? Then page 213, everything is cancelled. Page 213, everything is cancelled. And next you come to page 214, court of record, you will cancel. And other functions which is mentioned over here, this for only for information, you will cancel this also. Other functions, you will also cancel this. This only for information. Okay? So we will start. Okay, we will start or we will study from subordinate courts. So that is under subordinate courts. You have distinction between, come to syllabus, back to syllabus 210, syllabus 210, distinction between court of district judge and session court. This we will cover under subordinate courts. And we will also do lok adalat, that is meaning and advantages. Meaning and advantages. So this, I think, when we will study, you will understand better, right? Now, next, children already asked me, ma'am, what will come for the test if I will take a test. right? You start preparing first 3 chapters, you must have revised also, I feel, right? First 3 chapters you must have gone through, right? So go through the first 3 chapters. And if I will take a second test, so I will take a test from civics. Next test will be conducted from civics. So you start preparing the first chapter of civics then. Okay? So this is the way you will prepare yourself, right? So you prepare yourself with the first 3 chapters of history and first chapter of civics, right? For the second test, if I will take, okay? Just waiting for the methods, modes and methods, how tests can be conducted online, right? Now, there's still 5 minutes. Please don't quit the class. I had sent you, I think a video had been sent to you of Mr. Sudhir so that you could understand the causes of First World War. The causes of First World War. Now, under this, contemporary world history, contemporary world history, okay? This is all their part of your first term syllabus, okay? First term syllabus, contemporary world, the First World War, right? This no time is left. I have sent you, I think so, of Mr. Sudhir, his lecture had been sent to you to go through and understand the causes. If you can go through the module of Teach Next, I think so it will be available, it is available. Go through the module of Teach Next, okay? If you just Google it, you will get it. The module on First World War causes. First World War causes, because you really need to understand. You really need to understand the names of the countries involved in this First World War, because otherwise you will not understand the chapter. You will not understand this chapter and even the rest of the chapters if you don't understand the names of the countries involved in the First World War, right? Next class, I will start with this chapter, First World War, right? And what I will do, I will ask some questions also, right? So please go through this chapter, right? And if possible, if I can send you the link, okay, of that Teach Next module, if possible, if I can send you, if it is possible to send you, I will send you link, right? You can go through it. It's very important. It's a very nice explanation about First World War, the causes, First World War causes and immediate causes of the First World War, right? Immediate causes of the First World War. So next class, I will start with this chapter, First World War, and along with that, I will discuss the questions also. I will discuss the questions, the answers of the questions, right? So please go through it, start preparing, and those who did not attend my class, it's very disappointing. Very disappointing. It means that they are, they know everything, or they are so reluctant to join the class, right? So it's sad from their side. I'm very upset. Thank you, class. So it's time to say goodbye to everyone. So I hope that tomorrow only I think I should get a class. If not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I will definitely get a class, okay, with you, right? So take care and bye to everyone.